Hello, everyone. This is Mohammed Akif with Akif CPA. And today I have an interesting topic to discuss. And this topic is, when can we deduct business clothing for taxes? When your clothing can be deducted for taxes. So this video is for content creators, social media influencers, brand ambassadors, online vloggers, video bloggers, coaches, consultant, podcasters, you name it, all of them. Can you deduct your business clothes for tax purposes? So this video is about them, about the deductions, what is allowed, what are the exceptions, what you need to do in terms of documentation, and also how the 2024 is impacting these deductions moving forward, the documentation behind it, all that good stuff packed in this video for you guys. So again, business clothing, can you deduct them or not? Is it deductible or not? So that's the video. So before we get into a deeper discussion, I do want to point out that all the deductions, tax planning, tax deductions, business expenses, are all available for you to maximize. But you can only do them. You can only deduct them when you have proper bookkeeping, when you know when you have profit and loss, when you know where you stand in terms of your income. If you don't have bookkeeping, you don't have data. If you don't have data, you don't know where you stand, right? Because you don't know if you could be bringing in revenue and then you could be spending money. But if you're always short on cash flows, excuse me, if you're always short on funds, that means there's something going wrong. There's no way that you could be making money at the same time spending and thinking that you have it. So how can you find out if there are holes in your bookkeeping, if there are holes in your operations, if there are holes in your financial system? Is through proper bookkeeping. You need bookkeeping to find all the holes in your business. The holes could be in operations, the holes could be in your financials, it could be in your spending, could be the way you're taking money, it could be unseen where there's a leakage. So how can you find out? The only way you can find out is through proper accounting, proper bookkeeping. That could be on monthly, daily, weekly, whatever, quarterly basis. That gives you that data, that gives you that information for you to find out, to make decisions. Not only to find out where things are, what things are happening, it's also to plan for the future, right? Uh, Otherwise, what is happening is we're always playing catch up. If you don't have proper bookkeeping, accounting done on monthly basis, you will be always playing catch up in terms of deductions, catch up in terms of maximizing deductions, catch up in terms of taxes, in terms of planning. So make sure you have a good accounting system. Make sure you have a good accountant, a bookkeeper. Doesn't matter who they are, but at least have them on board so they can do your accounting, they can do your bookkeeping to give you that financial data for you to find out holes, for you to make better decisions for your business. So this is very important. And so if you have any questions about bookkeeping or accounting or taxes, email us at info@akifcpa.com and we'll be gladly able to help you. So let's get into it. So business clothes, can you deduct them or not? Generally, this is the journal. Generally, you are not able to deduct them. That's the IRS law, but there are exceptions. And today I'm going to talk about those exceptions. And these are really key, important exceptions, because this is what makes sure that you can get the deduction. If you can understand these, you can deduct business clothing. So let's dive in. Let's talk about the exception to the rule. I'm going to share my screen with you guys so you can see what I can see. You can see what I'm talking about, and then we can go from there. All right, let me see if it's working. Oh, perfect. All right. So, exception to the rule number one: costumes and specialty wear. If the clothing is used exclusively for content creation, such as costume for skits, cosplay, or theme videos, then it can qualify for deduction. All right, these costumes or specialty wear cannot be for personal attire. So that means they cannot be a regular clothing. If you have costume you're using for your video production, your content creation, definitely you can. That's number one. Let's go for number two. So number two will be uniforms. So uniforms, so clothing part required as part of a job, any protective wear, is all deductible. Uniforms have logo on them, so you can deduct them. So mandate must be it must not be suitable for general wear. So technically, you cannot wear them outside. Use them on a regular basis. So exception to the rule is number two is uniform. Let's talk about let's do number three. So what is number three? Number three is promotional apparel. So if anybody gives you a branded logo, T-shirt, pants, hat, whatever that is, you can use. If you're using them for promotional purposes, you can deduct them. This example talks about custom hoodies, T-shirts with logo, and that is all deductible. Let's go to number four. So number four is image specific clothing. So clothing they're created to creators public persona. All right. So our brand that can be deductible. For example, a certain hat that someone wears in a video constantly, that is all deductible. That you can deduct it continuously if you're wearing that hat, and it's the same hat that you're using for all your videos. And then let's go for number five. So number five will be formal wear for events, something that you wear one time going to galas and award ceremonies. If this one-time thing you're not wearing on a regular basis, that this is something that can be deducted. So five exception to the rule. One is the costume, especially wear. Number two is uniforms. Three is promotional apparel. Fourth is image-specific clothing. And fifth is formal wear events. So these are five exception to the rules where you can deduct business clothing for tax purposes. And now I want to get into the comparison in terms of what is happening right now, what kind of documentation you might require for you to deduct this. So let's say, for example, everyday clothing. In previous practices, you were not able to deduct them for 2024. The rules are the same. The idea is that the regular clothing is not deductible in really cases. So anything that you can wear outside of your event, outside of your content creation on regular basis is not deductible. Costume, especially wear. So for 2024 changes, more documentation is required. That means you need to prove that the costumes are used only for businesses and not for personal use. So that means you're writing it down, putting it in storage, making sure they are in storage. You're not using them on a daily basis. So again, what kind of documentation you need? You need to keep receipts, keep photos or videos to show what is happening. Uniforms, uniforms have been there for a long time. A lot of companies use them, so the rules are not changing much. But again, we do have strict rules for those. Make sure that they are only exclusive for work. The dry cleaning, everything is included that you can deduct them. But we need to have documentation. Make sure you have documentation. Promotional apparel, again, it's all about tracking usage. So when I say documentation, this is the same way of being applied to auto mileage, where you keep track of where you're going, how many miles were there, what was the purpose, right? So this is the same thing with the promotional apparel, that you need to keep track of when you use them, why did you use them. You cannot be wearing them on regular basis. Make sure you're able to keep track of all the events that you use them for, and then the schedules for documentation purposes. So it is a key here. Key here is that majority of the business clothing that you can deduct are one-time things, right? These are not something that are on a regular basis. You cannot wear them on regular basis. You cannot wear them outside. So they must be unique for one-time use only, and this is where you can deduct them. Again, so any questions if you guys have, shoot us an email at info@achievecpa.com. We will gladly help you. Send us an email. What else do we need to cover? I think that's about it. We'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you.